Okay, this is going to be the next video in the pre-calc unit, Unit 8, on law of sines, law of cosines. What I want to start class by doing is doing just some generic examples, and you have to figure out which one you use. Okay, so let's say we have side A is 26, angle B is 45 degrees, and let's say side C is 19, okay? And let's say on number 2, we have angle E is 84 degrees. Let's say we have angle F is 70 degrees, and let's say we have side D is 52, okay? All right, so what you have to do is you have to figure out, all right, which thing you're going to use, okay? Now, this has two sides and an angle, okay? No letters match. This would be law of cosines. Okay, this would be law of cosines. So I got, I'm going to solve the triangle. So side A, angle A, angle B, angle C, side A, side B, side C, okay? All right, so I got B is 45, 26, 19, okay? All right, so I know this has to be law of cosine. So what I want to find first is angle B. So B squared equals 26 squared plus 19 squared minus 2 times 26 times 19 times the cosine of 45, okay? All right. So as this loads, okay. I gotta make sure my calculator's in degree mode, so shift menu, and it is in degrees now, okay? So what I want to do is 26 squared plus 19 squared minus 2 times 26 times 19 times the cosine of 45. Okay, so I get that answer. I want to take the square root of that, 338.378. Okay, all right, so my B would be 18.395. Okay, all right, 95. Now, I want to find one of the angles. If I find one of the angles, then I'm good. So I would do cosine of angle A is equal to, okay, I would do B squared plus C squared minus the 26 squared over 2 times 18.395 times 19. Remember, to find the angle, I want to use the ones opposite, so the minus one is the one that's the same, okay? So in order to make this easy on myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put parentheses up top, okay? All right? I know I have to take inverse, so I'll take parentheses 18.395 squared plus 19 squared minus 26 squared. Oops, I forgot the squared there. Okay, minus 26 squared. Okay, parentheses divided by 2 times 18.395 times 19. Close the parentheses. And I want to do the inverse cosine of that number, 0.033. Okay, so I get 81 or 88 degrees. So A is about 88 degrees. Okay, 88 degrees. Now it's pretty easy. Once again, when you have two of the angles, to do 180 minus 45, okay, minus 88. That's going to be 47. Okay, this one right here, all right, anytime you're given two angles, this will be law of cosines, sorry, law of sines, okay? So what I would have is I would have, I got angle D, angle E, angle F, side D, which is 52, side E, side F. I know angle E, which is 84. I know F, which is 70, okay? All right, so very easy to figure out that angle D is just 180 minus 84 minus 70. Okay, so angle D is 26 degrees, okay? So then what I want to do is, I got sine of 26 over 52 equaling sine of 84 over E, okay? I'll set up the other one as well. Sine of 26 over 52 equals sine of 70 over F. So that way, set it up. You gotta only have one missing variable, okay? So as a review, this would come up, this would come up, this would come down, okay? All right, so for E, okay, what I would have is 52 sine of 84, okay, divided by the sine of 26. I get 117.97. Okay, for F, same deal. This comes up, this comes down, this comes up. Okay, so I got 52 sine of 70 divided by the sine of 26. Okay, oh, whoops. 52 sine of 70 divided by the sine of 26. Where's a little off? 111.46. Okay, all right. As a reminder, it should be easy to figure out if you're given all three sides, all right? If you're given all three sides, the only choice is the law of cosines. Okay, our only choice would be the law of cosines. All right, so what I would like you to do, I'm going to give you three triangles. All right, I would like you to solve these. Okay, angle X is 41, angle Y is 57, side Z is 42. Okay, let's say I got side A is 26, side B is 17, side C is 21, and let's say I got angle F is 40 degrees, side G is 80, and side H is 74. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and pause your video and go ahead and work on these questions. Okay, go ahead and unpause. So this, all right, I got the two angles, X, Y, Z, okay, all right, 41, 57, okay, this side Z is 42, okay, so this would be law of sines, all right, law of sines, all right, so I got 180 minus 57 minus 41, it gives me 82 degrees for this one. All right, so what I would do is I'd set up 82 degrees over 42. Let's find that first one, sine of 41 over X. Then I would do sine of 82 over 42 equals sine of 52 over Y. Okay, law of sines, pretty easy, okay? This comes up, this comes down, this comes up, this comes down, this comes there, this goes up, okay? So 42 sine of 41, all right, divided by the sine of 82, get 27.82. And then let's do Y here, all right, 42 sine of 52, divided by the sine of 82, 33.42. Okay, and that's that one, okay? All right, this one would be angle A, angle B, angle C. We were given all the sides here, okay? All right, so what I would want to do is let's go ahead and find angle A. So cosine of A would be equal to 17 squared plus 21 squared minus that same letter squared 2 times the first 2, okay? All right? All right, so parentheses, all right, 17 squared plus 21 squared minus 26 squared divided by 2 times 17 times 21. Okay, inverse cosine of that number, 0.0756. I get about 86 degrees. Okay, repeat the same thing with B. Cosine of B is going to be 26 squared plus 21 squared minus 17 squared over 2 times 26 times 21. Okay, so parentheses there again, 26 squared plus 21 squared minus 17 squared divided by 2 times 26 times 21. All right, inverse cosine of 0.7582. It gives me about 41 degrees. Okay, very simple to find those other ones. 180 minus 41 minus 86. It's going to be 53 degrees. Okay, and that's that one. Okay, all right, now I got angle F, angle G, angle H. F we already know. Okay, side F we don't. G we know 80. H we know 74. This would be law of cosines. Okay, all right. So what I want to find first is F. So I got F squared. I would do 80 squared plus 74 squared minus 2 times 80 times 74 times the cosine of 40. Okay, all right. So 80 squared plus 74 squared minus 2 times 80 times 74 times the cosine of 40. Okay, I get that, and I have to take the square root of that number. Okay, that's going to be 52.97. Okay, all right, it's got to find angle G here. So what I would do is I would do cosine of G is equal to these others, 52.97 squared plus 74 squared minus 80 squared, all over 2 times the first two things, times 74. Okay? So I got 52.97 squared plus 74 squared minus 80 squared. Close them, divided by 2 times 52.97 times 74. Now I do inverse cosine of that, 0.2400. That's going to give you about 76 degrees. Okay, simple 180 minus 76 minus 40. 64 degrees. Okay, so that's you got to be able to do those with law of sines, law of cosines. Okay, so I want to talk about area. I want to talk about area. Go ahead and add these formulas to your formula sheet. Okay, area equals square root of s times s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, where a plus b plus c divided by 2 is s. Okay, the other area formula is 1/2 ab sine of c. Okay, all right. Now, you're going to use that first formula is for when you have all three sides. So let's say I have, I'll use different letters. X is 50, Y is 43, and Z is, 39. Okay, so what you would want to do first to find the area is find your S. Okay, now, what that basically means is I'm going to add up all the sides and divide by 2. Now, I'd be careful, put parentheses around the top, okay, before you divide by 2, or you will make a mistake, okay? So 40 plus 50, 50 plus 43 plus 39, okay, figure what that is, divide by 2, gives me 66, okay? So S equals 66. So my calculation is big, I'm gonna then find the part underneath the function. So what I'm gonna do is 66 times 66 minus my first angle, which is 50. That's what that means. All right, 66 minus the second side, which is 43. 66 minus 39. Okay, so I get that number, and then I want to take the square root of that number, 65776. So 809.799. Okay, So what I want to do first, basically, with this problem is find S, find the part underneath, and then take the square root. Okay? Now, sometimes you may be given a problem where they don't easily put all three of those things in there. Okay? All right? The second one, let's say, would be an example like this. All right? Let's say they give you angle A is 54 degrees, angle C is 72, and let's say side B is 40. Okay? Now, someone's going to say, all right, Mr. Evans, that doesn't match up with the second formula. So this was one, okay, this was the other one, okay? Now, what you can always do is you can fill out your triangle, all right, and help you figure that out. What do you need in this one? You need two sides and an opposite angle. Okay, so I got angle A, angle B, angle C, okay? So I know 54, I know 72, little a, little b, little c, okay? So I know side B is 40, okay? I know side B is going to be 40. Now, what am I going to need in order to do one of these two? I either have to find all three sides, okay? Or I'm going to have to find a second side, all right? Well, the easiest thing always is to find that third angle, okay? It's a 7 there. Not really written very well. 180 minus 54 minus 72 gives me 54. Let's change this problem. Let's not do 54, that's pretty crazy. That worked out like that. Let's do 94. Like this. 72, 94. Okay, so I do 180 minus 94 minus 72. That's 14 degrees, okay? Now, in order, I gotta find one of those other ones. Well, let's just make this easy. Let's find A, okay? So what would I do? I do sine of 14 over 40 equals sine of 94 over A. Okay, once again, that comes up, that comes up, that goes down, okay? So I'd have 40, okay, sine of 94, okay, divided by the sine of 14. That's 164.93. Let's round up to 165, okay? So, can I use this now? Yes, because I've got 1/2 times my A, which is 165, times my B, which is 40. Now, I gotta use the sine of C, the other angle, so sine of 72, okay? And I can find my area there, all right? So 1/2, all right, times 165 times 40 times the sine of 72. I get 3138.48. Okay? So sometimes they might give it to you where it's really easy, where it's just flat out like this. Okay? Sometimes there might be some application there. Okay? So what I'd like you to do for these three is find the area. Okay, let's say I got angle X is 70 degrees. Let's say Y is 54, little z is 46. Okay, let's do side of F, not angle F. Side F is 20, side G is 25, side H is 27. Okay, and let's do angle B is 50. Let's do angle C is 30. And let's do side A is 28. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video. Go ahead and find these areas. Okay, go ahead and unpause. All right, so this one really is that simple because I was given the two sides, 54 and 46. And then I just got sine of 70. It's that easy, okay? Because I got all that stuff. I didn't need to find anything. 1/2, 54, 46, sine of 70. Area is let's say 1167. Okay, all right, that easy, okay? Here's, they give me all three sides. So I'm gonna have to find the one where the area is this. And where A plus B plus C divided by 2 equals S, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna add up the top part with parentheses, divided by 2, I get 36. So it'll be 36, 36 minus 20, 36 minus 25, and 36 minus 27. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out the part underneath first. 36, 36 minus 20, 36 minus 25, 36 minus 27. Okay, close it, okay, and then take the square root of that number, 57024. It's about 239. Okay, this one, got to do a little bit more work here, okay, because I don't have the two sides, so I know I got to do a little bit more. I got 3, it's easy. 2, as long as I got the other angle, I'm good. So I got A, angle B, angle C. So B is 50, C is 30, side A, side B, side C. Okay, I got side A, all right. Now, it's easy to find angle A. I just got to do 180 minus 50 minus 30. It gives me 100 degrees, okay? And then what I'm gonna need, let's go ahead and get B. So I got sine of 100 over 28 equals sine of 50 over little b, okay? So that's gonna come up, that's gonna go down, that's gonna come up. So I got 28 sine of 50 divided by the side of 100. Interest of rounding, we're gonna say that's 22, okay? Now, what that means is I got 1/2 times 28 times 22, and I gotta use this one, sine of 30. So don't worry about the A, B, and C, understand the concept, which is two sides with the opposite angle, okay? So I got 1/2, all right, times 28 times 22 times the sine of 30, 154, okay? So that gives you a good idea of area. Okay, there are a couple word problems in here. I like to go over one just so you're not surprised by it. Okay, we're gonna go over, let's say, Mike, Sarah, and Jimmy are throwing a ball in a triangle form. Okay, let's say the distance from Mike to Sarah is 20 yards. The distance from Mike to Jimmy is 30 yards. The angle Mike forms with them is 40 degrees. Okay, here's what I'd like you to find. Find the following: the distance between Sarah and Jimmy, that's one thing I want you to find. Second thing, find the angle that Sarah forms with the other two. Find the area. Okay? So a bunch of different things. Okay? All right? A lot of words here on this. All right? So, what you can do, go ahead and draw yourself a triangle. Okay? I got Mike, I got Sarah, and I got Jimmy. Okay, here's my triangle. So draw yourself a triangle. Okay? Let's fill in some of the information that we have. The distance from Mike to Sarah is 20. Okay? The distance from Mike to Jimmy is 30. And the angle that Mike forms with them is 40 degrees. Okay? So the idea is this is little m, okay? This is little j, this is little s, okay? So you can set up your triangle, okay? Angle m, angles s, angle j, side m, side s, side j. Okay, don't worry about, just do it the exact same. So I know this is 40 degrees, okay? I know that this side right here of little j is 20, okay? I know the side here of little s is 30, okay? So what would we need to do in order to get this one? We would have to do the law of cosines, okay? So I'd have to do the law of cosines. So that's going to be m squared equals 30 squared plus 20 squared minus 2 times 30 times 20 times the cosine of 40 degrees. Okay, and then it's just the application of that. Okay, so I would do 30 squared plus 20 squared minus 2 times 30 times 20 times the cosine of 40. Okay, I would want to take the square root of this, 80.746. Okay, so that's going to be about, we can round 19 or 20, does not matter. Let's just round that to make that 19. Just so we have something unique here, okay? All right, now, what do I need to find next? I need to find Sarah, okay? Or the angle with S, okay? So cosine of S is gonna be equal to 19 squared plus 20 squared minus 30 squared over 2 times 19 times 20, okay? Once again, I'm doing parentheses up top. 19 squared plus 20 squared, okay, minus 30 squared, okay, divided by 2, whoops, I want to put parentheses on that, 2 times 19 times 20. That would do the inverse cosine of negative 0.1828. I get 100, about 100 degrees, 101 degrees. Okay, how would I find that third one? Okay, I do 180 minus 40 minus 101. Gives me 39 degrees. Okay, all right. So now I can start to answer my questions at this point. Find the distance between Sarah and Jimmy. Well, what letter is that? That is little m. So that the answer to number 1 would be 19. Number 2, find the angle that Sarah forms. That's the S angle. That's going to be 101 degrees. Okay. Part 3, find the area that they're covering. Okay. All right. So you can do a lot of different things here. I think the easiest formula is 1/2. Let's pick out these two sides, 19 and 30. And then I would have sine of this last one of 39 degrees. Okay, so it's really that easy. So what you want to do, in essence, is just fill out your triangle. Okay, sometimes you might need all the information. Okay, sometimes you might only need part of the information. All right, but do as much as you feel you need to do to answer the problem. So that's going to be about 179. Okay, so filling out the triangle will help you the best. Okay. All right, let's say you are making a garden. The distance from now let's not do that. Okay, this video is actually getting pretty long. I'm going to go ahead and include a practice problem here, and then I'm going to pause it. Okay, so let's say Tim, Jessica, and Heather are making an outline for a garden using rope. Okay. The angle that Jessica forms with the others is 54 degrees. The angle Heather forms with the others is 71 degrees. The distance between Heather and Jessica is 30 feet. Here's what I want. Find the angle Tim forms with the others. Find the distance between Tim and Heather. And we'd like you to find the area of the garden. Okay? You can go ahead and pause your, you can go ahead and just check your notes for the answers. This video is running a little bit long.